तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यम् भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यम् भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यम् भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्।
महागणपति नमोस्तुते। महागणपति नमोस्तुते। महागणपति नमोस्तुते। महागणपति नमोस्तुते। मातङ्गवदना नमोस्तुते। मातङ्गवदना नमोस्तुते। मातङ्गवदना नमोस्तुते। मातङ्गवदना नमोस्तुते। महागणपति नमोस्तुते। महागणपति नमोस्तुते। आदिपूजित गणनाथ। आदिपूजित गणनाथ। आदिपूजित गणनाथ। आदिपूजित गणनाथ। आनन्ददायक गणनाथ। आनन्ददायक गणनाथ। आनन्ददायक गणनाथ। आनन्ददायक गणनाथ। प्रथम वन्दना प्रणवाकारा। प्रथम वन्दना प्रणवाकारा। विघ्नेश्वरा विनायका। विघ्नेश्वरा विनायका। महागणपति नमोस्तुते। महागणपति नमोस्तुते। मातङ्गवदना नमोस्तुते। मातङ्गवदना नमोस्तुते। महागणपति नमोस्तुते। महागणपति नमोस्तुते। आदिपूजित गणनाथ। आदिपूजित
सद्गुरु ब्रह्म सनातन है, सद्गुरु ब्रह्म सनातन है, परम दया घन पावन है, परम दया घन पावन है, जन्म दुख विनाशन है, जन्म दुख विनाशन है, जगदोद्धारण कारण है, जगदोद्धारण कारण है, साई कृष्ण जनार्दन है, सत्य साई कृष्ण जनार्दन है, भव भय जलधि तारण है, भव भय जलधि तारण है, सद्गुरु ब्रह्म सनातन है, परम दया घन पावन है, जन्म दुख विनाशन है, जगदोद्धारण कारण है, साई कृष्ण जनार्दन है, जनार्दन है, जनार्दन है, जनार्दन है, साई कृष्ण जनार्दन है, भव भय जलधि तारण है, भव भय जलधि तारण है, सद्गुरु ब्रह्म सनातन है,
साईनाथ भगवान, साईनाथ भगवान, साईनाथ भगवान, साईनाथ भगवान, सत्यं शिवं सुन्दरं साईनाथ भगवान् साईनाथ भगवान् साईनाथ भगवान् बुद्धं शरणं गच्छामि धम्मं शरणं गच्छामि संघं शरणं गच्छामि सत्यसाई शरणं गच्छामि सत्यसाई शरणं गच्छामि साईनाथ भगवान् साईनाथ भगवान् सत्यं शिवं सुन्दरं साईनाथ भगवान् साईनाथ भगवान् साईनाथ भगवान् बुद्धं शरणं गच्छामि धम्मं शरणं गच्छामि संघं शरणं गच्छामि सत्यसाई शरणं गच्छामि सत्यसाई शरणं गच्छामि साईनाथ भगवान् साईनाथ भगवान्
नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नमो भगवते रामरूपाय नमो भगवते रामरूपाय नमो भगवते रामरूपाय नमो भगवते रामरूपाय नमो भगवते श्यामरूपाय नमो भगवते श्यामरूपाय नमो भगवते श्यामरूपाय नमो भगवते श्यामरूपाय नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय राम रहीम कृष्ण करीम येशु बुद्ध महावीर 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 सर्वधर्म प्रिय साई देवाय 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 नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नमो भगवते रामरूपाय नमो भगवते रामरूपाय नमो भगवते श्यामरूपाय नमो भगवते श्यामरूपाय नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय राम रहीम कृष्ण करीम येशु बुद्ध महावीर राम रहीम कृष्ण करीम येशु बुद्ध महावीर सर्वधर्म प्रिय साई देवाय 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 नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
जय साई राम
Remind me, my Lord, remind me, my Lord, remind me, my Lord, who I am. Remind me, my Lord, remind me, my Lord, remind me, my Lord, who I am. I am home, I am home, eternal. I am home, I am home, eternal. Through this life of distraction and of illusion, remind me, my Lord, who I am. Through this life of distraction and of illusion, remind me, my Lord, who I am. I am truth, I am peace, divine bliss. I am truth, I am peace, divine bliss. Prema Swarupa, remind me, my Lord, who I am. Ananda Swarupa, He Prema Swarupa, remind me, my Lord, who I am. I am love, I am love, pure love. I am love, I am love, pure love. Remind me, my Lord, remind me, my Lord, remind me, my Lord, who I am. Remind me, my Lord, remind me, my Lord, remind me, my Lord, who I am. I am home, I am home, eternal Lord. I am home, I am home, eternal Lord. In this life of distraction and of illusion, remind me, my Lord, who I am. In this life of distraction and of illusion, remind me, my Lord, who I am. I am truth, I am peace, divine bliss. I am truth, I am peace, divine bliss. Ananda Swarupa, He Prema Swarupa, remind me, my Lord, who I am. Ananda Swarupa, He Prema Swarupa, remind me, my Lord, who I am. I am love, I am love, pure love. I am love, I am love, pure love. I am love, I am pure love.
Sai Govinda, Sai Gopala, Sai Govinda, Sai Gopala, Sai Govinda, Sai Gopala, Sai Govinda, Sai Gopala. तेरे बिना साई सब है अंधेरा, तेरे बिना साई सब है अंधेरा, तेरे बिना साई सब है अंधेरा, तेरे बिना साई सब है अंधेरा। साई गोविंदा, साई गोपाला साई गोविंदा साई गोपाला दीजो मेरे साई चरण तुम्हारे 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 दीजो मेरे साई दर्श 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 तुम्हारे आओ मेरे साई मन मंदिर में 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 साई गोविंदा साई गोपाला साई गोविंदा साई गोपाला तेरे बिना साई सब है तेरा तेरे बिना साई सब है तेरा साई गोविंदा साई गोपाला साई गोविंदा साई गोपाला दीजो मेरे साई चरण तुम्हारे दीजो मेरे साई चरण तुम्हारे दीजो मेरे साई दर्श तुम्हारे दीजो मेरे साई दर्श तुम्हारे आओ मेरे साई मन मंदिर में 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 साई गोविंदा साई गोपाला
मृत्युंजयाय नमः मृत्युंजयाय नमः मृत्युंजयाय नमः मृत्युंजयाय नमः त्रयंबकाय नमः त्रयंबकाय नमः त्रयंबकाय नमः
भजन बिना सुख शांति नहीं, हरि भजन बिना सुख शांति नहीं, हरि नाम बिना आनंद नहीं, हरि नाम बिना आनंद नहीं, हरि भजन बिना शांति नहीं, जप ध्यान बिना संयोग नहीं, जप प्रभु दर्श बिना प्रज्ञान नहीं, दय धर्म बिना सत्कर्म नहीं, भगवान बिना कोई अपना नहीं, हरि नाम बिना परमात्मा नहीं, हरि नाम बिना परमात्मा नहीं, हरि भजन बिना शांति नहीं, हरि भजन बिना शांति नहीं, हरि नाम बिना आनंद नहीं, हरि भजन बिना, हरि भजन बिना, हरि भजन बिना सुख शांति नहीं।
Don't pull yourself out of what you're doing for Swami. Pull Swami into whatever you're doing. One day I remember, while speaking to some devotee, Mr. Padmanabhan was there, and he happened to introduce himself as a driver. And the devotee was like, oh, okay, he's a driver. And then I said, sir, he is not a driver, he's Swami's driver, And yes, Padmanabhan sir is Swami's driver. We call him Padmanabhan sir because he's Swami's driver. You should have seen the change in expression. Oh, Sai Ram, Sai Ram. That person became so overwhelmed. And that is when it struck me. See, possibly if somebody says that he or she is a driver, we may not give so much of importance, or we may not feel it's something great. But the minute somebody is Swami's driver, oh, we are overwhelmed and we feel as if we have seen Swami himself. Why don't we make everything like that? If I'm an accountant, why can't I be Swami's accountant? If I'm an editor, why can't I be Swami's editor? If I'm a sweeper, if I'm at the mall, if I'm a janitor, why can't I be Swami's janitor? If I'm a CEO, why can't I be Swami's chief executive officer? This is how I think we spiritualize. We do everything, like you gave the example of the coffee and sugar. You take coffee separately and sugar separately. Not only is it foolish, it's also not pleasurable. That is what I said in the beginning. When a journey is not pleasurable, you also tend to look out for when is it going to end, because I'm not enjoying the journey. But if you mix the sugar in the coffee, not only is it not foolish, it is wise, it's also pleasurable and sweet. So I think we come to the first aspect of judging our own spiritual progress, wherein we don't separate things as worldly and spiritual. We do everything for the Lord. So many actions that happen in the Kurukshetra battle actually have their seeds in that one episode in the court that day, So in that sense, many historians and many people say that one was the spark that actually brought about that conflagration. The entire means Draupadi's cause for the Kurukshetra war. Now, such a Draupadi, after that, she underwent a metamorphosis. The way life experiences came to her, and more importantly, the way she accepted those life experiences as Krishna's prasadam, transformed her so much so that at the end of the war, the Pandavas are victorious. And then there is Ashwathama, the son of Drona, who attacks the Pandava camp at night and ruthlessly, mercilessly, and in an immoral fashion beheads all of Draupadi's children. You know, the 5 sons that she had from the 5 Pandavas, all of them are killed. Innocent people killed in the middle of the night when they are not ready. Multiple sins committed there. And after that, when the Pandavas are infuriated, they want to go and punish Ashwathama. So they go to catch him. At that time, Ashwathama releases the Brahmastra, which destroys the fetus in the womb of Uttara. That is the daughter-in-law of Arjuna. Abhimanyu's son, child, gets in the womb. That is the last surviving scion for the last surviving child for the Pandava race. Destroys that also. But the Pandavas catch him and get him to Draupadi. And what does Draupadi say? You know, I am getting goosebumps even as I say this, because Swami would get emotional speaking of Draupadi. You know, it is not just an emotion, because he would say the compassion she showed. She said, as a mother, the pain in my heart I know. I don't want Ashwathama's mother to undergo that pain. So just let him be. The woman who vowed that she would oil her hair with the blood of a person who insulted her is now openly forgiving a person who has massacred her children. Now that is the transformation Draupadi underwent, from being hateful and vengeful to being indifferent, to being sympathetic, to being empathetic, to being compassionate. You know, so this Swami would praise and say that is the kind of kshama that a person dear to God has. And in fact, no wonder that she became so dear to Krishna, because, you know, Krishna says, Adveshta sarva bhutanam maitra karuna evacha. While describing the qualities of a devotee dear to him, he says Adveshta, having hatred towards none. Maitra karuna evacha, and having friendship and compassion on all. And Draupadi more than qualified for it. So I think, you know, that is another important aspect where we grow in our kshama, as Swami would say. That is one way to also know that we are spiritually progressing.
Very true. I mean, that's a beautiful and telling episode. The multiple things that comes of it is, one is forbearance. As you said, Swami has spoken extensively about it. In fact, Swami has clearly said an increase in forbearance, an increase in forgiveness is actually a true sign of the spiritual progress. The other thing that comes out of this is the ability to feel the other person's pain as one's own. Right? Many times Swami has spoken about it. There are many examples. Swami would give the example of Eknath, who, you know, brings holy water from the Ganges, but he sees a suffering donkey and he gives it to him. And the attitude is, you know, I see my Lord in that donkey. I see my Panduranga in that donkey. The idea of ability to see the Lord that you love in other beings, or to see your own self. As Draupadi's case, she says, I feel the pain, and I can imagine the pain the other mother will get if her child is killed. So in that way, if you see all these qualities of compassion, sympathy, empathy, they're all born of this oneness that you otherwise feel. And if you really look at it, it comes down to that quality of love itself is born out of this oneness. In fact, there's this very beautiful conversation that one of our alumnus shared when he was doing his research. He was a research scholar in Swami's university. When he had this opportunity to ask this question to Swami in an interview, he said, Swami, you know, we do bhajans, we've been doing meditation, we try to do whatever Swami says in discourses, but how do we know that we are making progress? You know, the very topic that we are wondering about. And Swami gave a very simple one-line definition. And Swami said, are you able to feel love for more people today than you felt yesterday? As you said, Adveshta sarva bhutanam. Adveshta sarva bhutanam means not having hatred towards anybody. But the question is, are you at least hating less people today than you hated yesterday? The corollary of what Swami said. Or are you able to love more people today than you loved yesterday? If you really look at it, today, it's not that we don't love anybody. But as Swami would also explain, you know, you have likes and dislikes, raga and dvesha. And today, it is easier for us to love those whom we like. And it is easier to hate those whom we don't like. Right? We all have preferences, and we know certain qualities that we are fond of, certain qualities that we detest. But the question is, are you able to love even those whom you don't have liking for? And I think that is a progress that Swami is mentioning, that as you grow, so as you can see, one is that oneness manifesting as these qualities of compassion, karuna, maitri, or the feeling of empathy and sympathy. On the other hand, this increase in forbearance, this forbearance that comes with this understanding that I am feeling this pain, probably the other person also will feel the same pain. And I think that makes your qualities independent of the nature of people around you. Right? That's what I was mentioning, that ability to love even those whom you don't like.
Absolutely. So, in fact, as we are moving now, I think this is another beautiful point that we have got, that to know we are spiritually progressing, there's an increase in kshama. And we are using the word kshama because it has multiple meanings: forgiveness, forbearance, love, non-hatred, tolerance, so many meanings. That's why. The third thing, as it's all derivative. If this is there, that means this is there. If this is there, that means that is there. So when you say that you have kshama, I think one way of knowing you have kshama is, as you said, not having any external dependence. We are all totally internally dependent or self-directed. Whatever I am doing it for myself, not for the sake of others. Like Swami would say, when a sadhu sees a calf struggling in the slush, he dives in and saves the calf from the slush. And when people say, oh, what a great seva you did, he says, no, I didn't do any seva. Seeing the calf in pain, my heart got immense pain. To relieve my heart of the pain, I dived in. So see, it's self-directed. Then, when you do this way, you no longer have the ego that I'm removing the suffering of the people, I'm helping the people. No, I'm helping myself. I'm removing the suffering in my heart. It's all self-directed. And this is what, takes you closer towards being equanimous. Swami gives us a Chinnakatha. He tells that there was this man who entered a river and was having a bath. And suddenly he notices that in the flow of the water, there's a scorpion. And it's definitely going to drown and die. So he picks up the scorpion to put it on land. But the minute he picks it up, the scorpion stings him. So he drops it into the water. Then again he picks it up. Again it stings, again he drops it. There are a few children nearby who are seeing this. And they start laughing and they call out and say, you fool.
It must have been an hilarious sight to see. Right?
Absolutely. You keep getting stung multiple times and they say, you fool, don't you know that scorpion will keep stinging? Why are you trying to save the scorpion? And then the man's reply, beautiful. Swami says that the man says, it is the nature of the scorpion to sting. It is just sticking to its nature. But it is my nature to see divinity in all, to help. In fact, Swami would say, Hrid plus Daya is Hridaya. Heart is one that has compassion. It is my nature to do this. So it is sticking to its nature. I must stick to my nature. That's why Swami had given a mantra as, keep telling yourself, I am not an animal, I am a man. Be self-directed, that is. Don't get angry and upset because somebody else is getting angry and upset on you. Don't indulge in gossip because somebody else is gossiping about you. Because when we are spiritually progressing, it's not about others. It's about being self-directed. So I think that is the third point possibly in the spiritual progress, where we are self-directed and we are effort-driven. We are not result-driven. We are not external directed.
Right. I think that's a very important point. And in a way, I would say that it's a little practical. That we all are good. None of us are bad in that sense. Left alone will be polite, left alone will be good to others. But we can check how many such testing situations we are able to continue to be good. Right? Are we able to be honest even when the other person around or people around us are dishonest? Or are we able to be kind when the other person is being unkind to us? I think these are practical ways by which you can check, and you will know that, going forward, you're able to do that more independent of everybody else. And as you said, your activities become self-directed. As Swami would say many times, you're not interested in the result. You're not interested in the applause that comes. This is what I have to do. I do it. So a duty-driven, a self-driven approach to everything in life. Going back to the idea of, whatever is the ultimate state that will start reflecting in you. One more thing about the ultimate state, which I think is spoken about in all kinds of spiritual approaches, philosophies, many masters, Swami also, needless to say, is the quality of silence. The quality of silence is something that will come automatically when you reach the final state. So it will start manifesting in you. There's a very beautiful story that Swami tells in one of his discourses. We've gone through the Ramakatha Raswani, and we know the story of how Rama is banished into the forest, and he takes stops in many, many ashrams as he goes towards Panchavati, finally where they go and settle for a while. So at one point, they take a break at Sage Bharadwaja's ashram.
Correct.
Right?
Yes.
That's a very beautiful episode. We've spoken about that. So following the traditions of those times, Rama and Lakshmana go into the quarters where the male sadhus and the attendants are there, and Sita is taken away into the Antapura where all the Guru Mata and all her attendants are there. So they've all heard so much about Rama the prince, right? He's the prince of the entire realm. And they've heard that he's a person who manifests so many divine qualities too. So they're all eager to know who is Rama. Because when they see, there is Rama, Lakshmana, there are the other sages in the ashram, or there might be other people who followed Rama and Lakshmana too.
And Rama and Lakshmana are in bark clothes.
Are in clothes of mendicants. So they're eager to know among all of these men, who is that Rama, the prince of Ayodhya. So they call Mother Sita and they say, who is Rama? Can you tell us? So Sita is silent, she doesn't want to speak about Rama. So then they start describing each one of the people sitting there. So every time they describe somebody, she says, no, it's not him. So finally they come to Lakshmana. Is it that fair person who has very sharp features? And, the way Lakshmana is described, she says no. Then eventually, going one by one, they come to Lord Rama. And they describe Rama, the complexion of a dark rain cloud, and whose face is oozing compassion. And very beautifully they describe
Ajanubahu.
Rama, Ajanubahu, and so pleasant, so calm, is like the moon and all of that. So when this description is given, it seems Mother Sita, till then she was saying that yes, no, and all that. But when it comes to Lord Rama, she just smiles and she puts her head down. And then all of them realize that, okay, that is Rama, the Sitapati, so to say. Swami describes this episode, and Swami gives a very beautiful, profound meaning from this episode, otherwise a Puranic story. Swami says, see, this is what happens when you come face to face with divinity. Till you are encountering everything else, you will say neti, neti, neti. But when you finally are having the vision of the Lord, you will just be filled with silence. So Swami says silence is a sign of a spiritual person. And you will find that more and more you take recourse into silence as you spiritually progress. And when we say silence, it's not just physical silence. Thank God, otherwise for 1 hour we've been going on, and we're doing this so often. Not only physical silence, Swami says even internal silence. The chatter in your head, in fact, that is more important than external silence. That begins to silence, that begins to settle down. So a silence of outside and inside is a very beautiful sign and profound way by which
indicator.
You can, it's a wonderful milestone to see whether you're progressing in the spiritual path.
जगदीश हरे माता पिता गुरुदैवं मरियन्तयु नीवे स्वामी मरियन्तयु नीवे नाथ ब्रह्म जगन्नाथ नाथ ब्रह्म जगन्नाथ नागेन्द्र शयना ॐ जय जगदीश हरे ओंकार रूप ओजस्वी साई महादेव सत्य साई महादेव मंगल हारति अंधको मंगल हारति अंधको मंगल गिरिधारी ओम जय जगदीश हरे नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण 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 ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम जय सद्गुरुदेवा नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण 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 ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम जय सद्गुरुदेवा नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण 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 ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम जय सद्गुरुदेवा शांति 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 सर्वे जना सुखिनो भवन्तु
जय बोलो भगवान श्री सती साई महाराज की
समस्त लोका सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्त लोका सुखिनो